evening and good night to some of you. This is a very special broadcast, and of course, we must pray. And prayer we must, this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwukika is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwukika bịa banye ndefe na aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọbụla anyị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee eziokwu mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile. Onye ọbụla anyị a na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise, ise, ise.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much, and remember this. Remember, in this channel, I speak up for the people who have been oppressed in the contraption called Nigeria, the Biafrans, the Ududuwans, the Middle Beltans, and every indigenous tribe in the contraption called Nigeria. We are saying live and let live. And for those who have said that the indigenous tribe will not live, they will not live either. Just as the Fulani Janjaweed are trying by all means to make sure that the indigenous tribe in the contraption called Nigeria do not survive. They themselves will not know peace and they will not survive. And we cannot allow them to take any inch of our land in Biafra land. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spoke up for us. He fought for us, and he said it, that no inch of Biafra land will be lost to the Fulani Janjaweed. He didn't only say it, he went ahead to provide solution on how we are going to be safe. That was why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was demanding for referendum. Self-determination through referendum. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wasn't calling for war. He has never called for war. And he is not a violent man. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been agitating peacefully, asking the Nigerian government to do the needful. Conduct a referendum so that people can decide their fate where they want to belong. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's message is not just for the Biafrans. The Oduduwa brothers bought the message and they cashed into it, and today our Oduduwa brothers are demanding this for the same thing we are demanding, because we are facing the same problem. They are making their own demand. We are standing on the same platform, protesting, asking for Biafra. Oduduwas asking for Oduduwa. Why is this so difficult for these people who call themselves politicians to come and give the people what they want? You see the reason why I do not believe in anything that has to do with political solution. They have nothing to offer. All they have is rhetoric. You see them on national television, they will speak grammar and say a manner of good things, but in action, they will never put it to work. Never. They will never put it to work. How can you put those things to work when the constitution that you are using support everything that is opposite to what you are supporting? You see them coming to provide solutions on their national television, but everything they are giving as a solution their constitution is standing against it. That is why a senator came out and told them that Nigeria can never ever know peace with the constitution they are using. They can never know success with the constitution they are using. They can never know unity. They can never know development with the constitution they are using. And yet, were they able to throw away the constitution? They are not throwing it away. Instead, they are trying to protect the constitution with the last drop of their blood. They are trying to protect the constitution even by killing the innocent people, spilling the innocent blood, because they want to protect the one Nigeria that is built on fraud. everything about Nigeria is fraudulent. The statistics in Nigeria, they are all fraudulent. They are not correct. You see elites in that same country called Nigeria come to their national television and they will say it, that the statistics in Nigeria is false, it's not correct. The population census they are using to share whatever they share in their location is wrong. Even the map of Nigeria is a wrong map. The name called Nigeria is a wrong name. So how can somebody come out and begin to defend this thing? But the funniest thing that these people who claim to be educated and claim to know all, after knowing all these faults in this very contraption, they are still supporting it, telling me they want a better Nigeria. How can you ever get a better Nigeria in a Nigeria run by the Fulani Janjaweed? And when I mean Nigeria run by Fulani Janjaweed, it's not just about the late Muhammad Buhari. It is not just about the late Muhammad Buhari. The British government have handed Nigeria over to the Fulani Janjaweed to control. So it doesn't matter who is in power. Whoever goes into Asarok tomorrow is going to be playing the script of the Fulani Janjaweed. That is why every governor in Nigeria, every politician is playing the script of the Fulani Janjaweed. As long as Nigeria remains, there is nothing you can do apart from supporting the evil agenda of the Fulanis. That is why you see them running for Sokoto at every point in time. What is so special about Sardauna Sokoto? What is so special about him? What knowledge does he have? What is his educational background? What does he have to offer to Nigeria? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And what is the difference between the Southern Sokoto and Obi of Onitsha? What is the difference between the Southern Sokoto and the Oba of Benin? What are they different? Even if you look at it critically, you find out that this Oba of Benin and the Obi of Onitsha are much more intelligent and more educated than the Sultan of Sokoto they are running to every day. But because of the evil agenda that have been planned and orchestrated by Britain, you see them paying allegiance to Sultan of Sokoto. That is where they control the affair of Nigeria. That is where they make sure that every other person in that country remains a second-class citizen. Why the Fulanis are being brought first. That is why when it comes to the time of late Muhammad Buhari, everything has been made open. They are not hiding it anymore. They decided to take the Fulanis and put in every key position against all odds. They damn all consequences. They damn the so-called Wazobia issue. They are putting them on key position and they don't care. They don't care what they want to say. They impose everything, anything they want to impose it. They talk about Ruga. You said no, don't Ruga. But they have imposing the Ruga as I speak. The Fulanis are imposing the Ruga, calling it livestock, and many governors have played into their hand. They have bribed so many governors. Many governors have been bribed because of their self-interest. They sold their birthright. But the funny thing is that these governors don't know that they are playing with the devil. Look at Obiano. Obiano, who has been dancing to their tune today, they are waiting for him to come down and they will arrest him. The same fate awaits every governor in the southeast, every politician in the southeast. The same fate awaits them. Even all Jews of Carlo, you saw they just brought him out. They detained him a little and brought him out, gave him a condition to come and stand against his own people. And today he will come and speak and begin to contest. He wants to contest for presidency. Look at Russia Sokoracha. People they have brain, people they have kept trained on how to use them to subjugate their people. People who only allegiance is to Sokoto and not to their own people. These are the people they are promoting to contest for their election. And you think it's going to be well with them? It is not going to be well with any one of them. And we cannot be part of them. This is why I don't support anything that has to do with politics. I don't support it. Because they don't mean well for us. They are standing there for their own selfish interests. For their own selfish interest, promoting their own agenda. Promoting their own agenda. Supporting evil even when they know that it is evil. Today you see them talking about removing subsidy. Everywhere you go online, you see issue of subsidy. But this late Muhammad Buhari was the person that came out and said that there is nothing like subsidy. That anybody that says that subsidy is being paid in Nigeria is a fraudster. And I will show you the video so that you can remember. Because most of us have a short memory. That is what Muhammad Buhari said. That same man who told us that it's nothing like subsidy has been in power for how many years? It is 7 years. Now he's coming to tell us he's removing subsidy. And people are going about their businesses as if nothing is wrong with him. People are not challenging him because he's a Fulani man. If we were to be from somebody from the south, you will see Southerners themselves leading a protest. If Muhammadu Buhari was to be somebody from the south, you will see Southerners leading a protest in open. Look at Goodluck Jonathan. When Goodluck Jonathan was there, even though Goodluck Jonathan wasn't a better person, it was the Southerners that protested and made sure that Goodluck Jonathan did not succeed. They protested in open. They opposed Goodluck from all angles to make sure that Goodluck failed. And they succeeded in removing him and brought us the Mr. Integrity that you're seeing today. And you see how the integrity have led them to. This is the kind of mindset the Janjaweed have succeeded in planting. Few people who call themselves Fulanis, because Britain handed the wealth of the country into their own hand, they are using that wealth to manipulate everybody in the southern part of Nigeria. They just choose some, handpick some few people and give them that wealth. Then those few people, out of their own greed, will stand against everything that their people present forward. Every good suggestion that their people make, they will stand against it because of their own selfish interest. This is where we have found ourselves. And the only man who have rejected every offer, the only man who have rejected every juicy offer from this Janjaweed is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He has rejected every single offer that was offered to him. And even as we speak, they are still making offer to him. That is why you see politicians going to visit him, someone like Chuks. They are still going there, all those elders go, they are still going there in DSS to make him offer. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said no. The only man who have rejected every offer from Janjaweed, every single offer, he have rejected it. That is why they are afraid of him. And he's the only man who has brought the evil of the Janjaweed to the open. It is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that made that contraption called Nigeria, the sensible people in that contraption called Nigeria. It is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that made them to know the common enemy of the country. That the enemy of that very contraption called Nigeria are the Fulanis. It was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that exposed it. That is why they want him dead. That is why they are fighting by all means possible to take his life. But they cannot succeed. They can't succeed because Chuks gave Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that assignment. And he will accomplish the assignment. They are fighting from one angle, trying to take away his life because he is the only man that has stood against them and refused all their offer. Continue to expose them even greater than anybody can imagine. How many times they hold him, and yet he has refused to fall into their evil gifts. How can somebody be offering you a gift from your own, something that you own, your own property? Somebody will take it from you, then be giving you a little as a bribe from your own. Giving you a bribe from something that belongs to you, you're supposed to own. And out of wickedness, or out of weakness, or out of what do I call it, you begin to accept. You see the reason why we are standing with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only person that has the answer to the problem in that country called Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never ever be compromised. It doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter what you do. He can never. That is why we are asking for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wherever he is. And we will continue to go on embark our civil disobedience. Every Biafra, wherever you are living in Biafra land, continue to embark on civil disobedience until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. It doesn't matter what they say in any way. It doesn't matter what they do. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditionally. If he's not released, we will continue to embark on civil disobedience. Continue to embark on civil disobedience wherever you are until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released. We will continue to embark on civil disobedience, and nobody can stop us. Nobody can try to change it. Nobody can try to blackmail us to change out. We cannot stop it. Civil disobedience remains the only solution to set Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free. That is why, as Monday is coming, every single Biafra, wherever you are in the southern part of Nigeria, embark on that very sit at home. Embark on sit at home. If you think it's a child's, it is not a child's play. And if you think that they are going to, they are not making any plan of releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, any political solution you hear, they have not even started discussing it. Attorney General of the Federation have came on national television to say that there is no such discussion on his table. And you see the cry of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you think that the condition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not critical, condition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is critical, and they want to take away his life because he is the only bone in their neck that they cannot swallow. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is that bone in their neck that cannot swallow. It is because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that Nigeria has not been Islamized. It is because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that Nigeria has not been Fulanized. That is why they are holding him. And every Biafra, every well-meaning person in that country, not only Biafrans, even our Oduduwa brothers, everybody should join and begin to shout and call for the unconditional development for the Biafrans. Any place you are in that country called Nigeria, more especially in the southern part of Nigeria, embark on sit at home. Monday sit at home is mandatory for you. Nobody's going to enforce it, but it is mandatory. It is your responsibility. It is a price you have to pay. It is a price you have to pay for your freedom. Freedom doesn't come cheap. The freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu means the coming of Biafra. The freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the automatic coming of Biafra. That is why you have to do everything possible to make sure that it is released. Increase the tempo. If anybody is telling you to talk a little so they don't call it terrorism, that person is deceiving you. He's deceiving you. Your enemy can never call you a good name. Don't be afraid of the name they're going to give you. Don't be afraid of the name they will call you. Don't be afraid of name calling. They have called some prominent men. People they are celebrating today, they have been called terrorists, called different kinds of names in one time or the other. They have been charged with so many things in one time or the other. But at the end of the day, they overcome. Don't be scared of the name they will call you. Embark on sit at home. Sit at home. Nobody's coming to your house to shoot you or kill you. And you are not losing anything. You are only trying to build a foundation for yourself, for your unborn children. And it is the right thing to do. Your future, it is the right thing to do. Embark on the sit at home the best way you can. The life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in danger. If you think it's a joke, the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in danger. When you see the lawyers come and they issue statement, it wasn't a joke. When you see the appearance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it wasn't a joke. The life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in danger. And if you don't understand it, I would like you to watch this short interview by the lawyer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Maybe you'll be convinced and know the reason why we sit at home.
There is nothing normal associated with the conduct of SSS. Of course, you know, if you don't know it, you know it now. They are good in flouting court orders. The game plan was to kill Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. That was the game plan. The game plan, because we had it all. We have the information about all that had transpired in Kenya.
If perhaps really the government was out to, you know, kill him, don't you think that this move to, as you've called it, abduct him, would have been quite simpler for them to, you know, end it over there rather than bring him here to actually face the law?
You know, when somebody in the class of Nnamdi Kanu is in a problem or in a situation we are discussing now, some political jobbers will like to, through that process, advance their political interests. So what Ojuzo Kanu is in substance doing is to advance his political interests. It wasn't genuine in his visit to Nnamdi Kanu at all, and I condemn it.
You see, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditionally, and what will trigger the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the civil disobedience that will be done by the ordinary people. Let the politicians continue in their political solution or whatever they call it. Chuks can use them, but for all of those of us who are ordinary, we have to continue the sit at home. Sit at home in all surrounds of Nigeria. Continue to go on, embark on that sit at home. That is the way to go, and that is the only way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be free. It doesn't matter the confusion they bring. It doesn't matter the language they speak. It doesn't matter the angle they're coming from. We must continue to sit at home until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released, because he is the only solution and the only man that will lead us to Biafra. If anybody deceiving you that the Biafra will come without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it will not happen. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only symbol of justice that will bring freedom to every indigenous tribe in the country called Nigeria. Not only the Biafran, even our Oduduwa brothers, they do better. Every indigenous tribe. The coming of Biafra will liberate everybody, and everybody will have their own nation. A nation they can be proud of and defend. That is why we are crying out, asking for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he must release. He must be released. The Fulani Janjaweed cannot succeed. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have exposed them to the world, and the world know that they are the people who are the aggressors in the country of Nigeria. They are the reason why Nigeria can never ever be together. It is because of the Janjaweed, because they don't want to associate with anybody. They say it openly, they act it. So why should you force yourself to be with somebody who doesn't want to be with you? It is either you give your life. They come on national television and tell you, it's either you give your land or you give your life. On national television, and somebody from Asorok, a media aide of the president, supports it. It's either you give your life, your land, or your life. Imagine that kind of thing. Indigenous people with their own land, they ask you to give it up or give your life. And this is a place you want to belong. We cannot be part of it. We are out already. We are out already. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given us every tool and every information we need to fight this battle. If you think it's a joke, go and begin to listen to the videos of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Every message that he has left for us have something strong to offer. There are great information in all the broadcasts of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, hidden information and hidden codes in the broadcasts of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Continue to play them, listen to them. In anyone you listen, you must have a new information that will energize you to show you where to go. That is why I will play another script of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for you to be energized and be focused. Let us listen to our screen leader, His Excellency Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
If Nelson Mandela can be called a terrorist, who am I? Oliver Cromwell was a terrorist. George Washington was a terrorist. Robert Mugabe of Zimbabwe was a terrorist. Even, let me shock you, all of you now. Some of you may have heard about a man called Dr. Azikiwe. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe is his name. I had to add Nnamdi to his name because he doesn't behave like one. Do you know that Dr. Azikiwe was called a terrorist and exiled to Ghana? Are you aware of that? Do you know who called him a terrorist? The same Britain, United Kingdom. Are you aware of that? Dr. Azikiwe, that fought and set Nigeria free. Do you know he was sent to jail by the British? Do you know that Ahmadu Bello never went to jail? Do you know that Abubakar Tafawa Balewa never went to jail? The only people that went to jail are those from the south. Awolowo and Azikiwe are the only people that went to jail in order to set Nigeria free. Are you aware of that? No, you don't know. And they were called terrorists. Yes, Nnamdi Azikiwe was called a terrorist by the British. You must listen to me attentively. I said this program cannot be like any other. You must listen attentively this evening, please. And invite people to come and listen as well. Nnamdi Azikiwe was called a terrorist by the British. Chief Obafemi Awolowo was not spared. Chief Obafemi Awolowo was called a terrorist as well for trying to set his people free. I want IPOB to know tonight that being called a terrorist because you're fighting for your land and your nation is a badge of honor. It means you've arrived. It means the enemy is scared of what you're doing. And it means that you're succeeding at whatever thing that you're doing. Are you following me? If you are in freedom fighting anywhere in the world and the people you are fighting have not come to refer to you as a terrorist, then that means you're not doing anything. That means you're not threatening the status quo. Do you understand me very well? That is why in our case, where there is no democracy, because in Africa there is no democracy, people are very primitive, people are basically like wild animals in the forest, they have no brain. That is the reason why we need to agitate the way we are agitating, or else we can never be free. Understand this very, very clearly, please. Awolowo was also a terrorist. For the sake of Yoruba journalists in working for Channels Television, all those Yoruba people writing for the Punch newspaper, I also want to let you know tonight that Awolowo was once a terrorist because he was fighting for you. I hope you understand what I'm saying this evening. The world knows we are not terrorists. We have not gone to markets to bomb people. We have not gone to mosques to bomb people. We have not been to churches to kill people. We have not killed anybody, as a matter of fact. What ESN is doing is driving away Fulani terrorists in our forests. How can that make us a terrorist? By pursuing terrorists. How is that possible? How is that possible? Now pay attention to what I have to say. Do you remember those police they sent to Somalia? And I want people in Lagos to confirm this. I want my Yoruba brothers and sisters to confirm this, please, tonight and tomorrow morning. Do you know those police people they sent to Somalia? Ask yourself, why would any sensible country in the world send their police to Somalia? Is that possible? Do you know what they went to Somalia to do? I think that the Nigerian government will be shocked tonight that we have this intel. And I want to let them understand that the M branch of this very movement of IPOB to restore Biafra, our M branch is far more resourceful than any other organization in the whole. There is no move they make we don't know. We know how many tanks they are bringing. We know how many soldiers they are bringing. We know the type of armaments they are bringing. Everything we know. Ask the National Security Advisor of Nigeria. Ask their head of National Military Intelligence in Nigeria. Ask all the so-called big wigs of intelligence in Nigeria. And also ask the British, why did Nigeria send a so-called policeman to Somalia to go and train people? Do you know what they went to Somalia to do? They went to go and recruit Al-Shabaab, terrorist operatives, to come to Nigeria to help them fight this war. That was why they went to Somalia. I'm sure this night they will be shocked how we knew this information. They went to Somalia. There is no country in the world after the debacle of U.S. rescue mission, Operation Hope, under George Bush Sr. No country in the world has ever dared to send their people into Mogadishu. Only Nigeria. Why? To go and recruit the very deadly Al-Shabaab terror group to come and fight for them. Remember the intel all over the place. America gave you intel a few weeks ago. I also have the latest one they gave today. When America said that terrorists are now moving south, I want to let the whole world understand. I want Tinubu to understand that even you are from, you're not safe. These are the people who are surrounding Lagos today. They are the ones in the forests of Yoruba land. Their leaders have come. The Nigerian government, the Fulani Caliphate government, sent their hardened men to Somalia to go and recruit Al-Shabaab terror group because they do not have the numbers to fight in the south. So they are complementing it with terrorists they are now recruiting across the Sahel, but most importantly, Al-Shabaab in Somalia. That was why they went to Somalia. Have you had any updates since they went to Somalia? Have they tried to show you anybody they have recruited from Somalia or how they're helping the Somali government? Have they done so? The answer is no, because their motive there is sinister. They went there to go and recruit Al-Shabaab terrorists to come to kill all of you shouting one Nigeria with green, white, green flag. You know, sometimes I think that Elohim in heaven is maybe trying to hold us back, to unleash this thing from the Fulani, so that all the Fulefus will die in misery and in regret. That was why they went to Somalia to go and recruit Al-Shabaab to come to fight for them. And this Al-Shabaab, they are the ones who are in Lagos, planning to attack Lagos. The Tinubu told the police commissioner to say it is IPOB. Are you following what I'm saying? Ask your, oh my, black people, why did God make me a black person? I don't understand. Why people cannot reason. Let me ask you again. Ever since their police went to Somalia, it is a foreign expeditionary mission. How come there is no update? How many Somalis they have trained? Have you ever, how? Brain of a black man. Have you ever wondered why? You don't hear anything about that. For the very simple reason that they went to recruit terrorists, Al-Shabaab. And they are the ones now in and around Lagos, planning to launch multiple attacks in Lagos. And a human being, somebody that claims he has conscience, woke up in the morning and decided to blame IPOB for it. When Tinubu knows that those who are in the bushes and forests in and around Lagos are Al-Shabaab, hardened Somali terrorists all the way from Mogadishu that they brought in. Of course, history will be kind to IPOB. As this our brother have just written, his name is Adebayo Raphael. If they say to you in this life that Yoruba people will rise up to write glowingly in defense of IPOB, you will not believe it, but it is here very clear, in black and white. Al-Shabaab is in around Lagos because Fulani knows they don't have the numbers. They cannot win this war. Nigeria has never won any war on its own before in its history. They always rely on people to fight for them. After they fight, they'll start making math. That's all they do. That is all they do. And to tell you that this is a concerted effort to colonize everybody, ever since they had their so-called security meeting last week and decided to invade the South. Some of you think it's only the East that are coming to the entire South. Have you been hearing about bandits doing this or doing that anymore? They have promised them that the oil money is theirs. That is why, Madam Tambuwal, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you. The attack is coming. You can't escape it because it's too late. They understand that come 2023, should power leave the north, they're finished. So they must attack this. In fact, we are now forcing them to attack 1 year earlier than they had planned. This attack was meant to commence in 2022, but they're starting in 2021 because of IPOB and Eastern Security Network.
After watching the video of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and listening, I must tell you, each time I listen to him, I get increased. Each time I listen to him, I have more energy. Each time I listen to him, I become more strengthened. I have the zeal to fight more, and I have more hope that Biafra is here. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Okike guide and secure Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wherever he is. May Chukwu Okike give him good health, secure him. May Chukwu Okike continue to minister to him, continue to give him revelation, so that very soon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will join us and we will walk into Biafra, lifting our heads high and singing the national anthem of Biafra. Thank you so much for watching wherever you're watching me from. And remember us. Bye-bye. See you again on the next video.